Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole. Today's video is going to be all about ginseng. What is it? What does it do for your skin? And what are the best skincare products that contain ginseng? I have never made a video like this, and you might be surprised by me saying that because I've certainly made videos on vitamin C, retinol, hyaluronic acid, but the problem with ginseng is this is such an incredibly vast topic. So I basically am opening this video by letting you know there's some limitations in trying to condense basically an entire journal on ginseng research into one however long video. I've certainly alluded to the difficulties in discussing plant-based ingredients in videos like drugstore versus high-end skincare, those types of videos. And I think what I'll do for this video, first of all, we're going to have a ton of citations in the description box below, but I'm going to go ahead and start with one that talks about how scientists have identified 945 separate phytochemicals at the time that paper was published, I'll add. So hopefully this shows, there's a lot going on with plants. It's certainly not just, oh, it's one ingredient that we threw into a skincare product. It's a lot going on, and every one of those compounds kind of should be studied individually. And that's why it's easier to both study and talk about ingredients like L-ascorbic or retinoids. It is much easier because there's not as much going on. However, I'm sure that many of you are saying, well, I don't really care if there's 945 different components in ginseng. I just want to know, is it something I should be putting on my skin? And that is what I'm going to attempt to answer in today's video. If you are stumbling upon this channel, I always have timestamps, so if you're just interested in a specific section or a specific product, jump to the description box below and click the timestamp and you will get right to the section that you want to watch. So let's start with what ginseng does for your skin and why I think it is a pretty nifty little ingredient. So first of all, I want to talk about the antioxidant properties of ginseng. Now listen, I know at least some of you have to be sitting there going, oh my god, antioxidants again. These things are everywhere. You may have heard that antioxidants fight free radicals, and you may be thinking, yeah, I too have gotten in Twitter arguments with extremists. What is the big deal about fighting free radicals? See, free radicals contribute to damage in your skin, and therefore they can contribute to signs of aging. You may have premature fine lines or wrinkles if you have an excess of free radicals damaging your skin. You may also have hyperpigmentation. These free radicals can overstimulate melanin production in your skin, leading to hyperpigmentation. So you see why antioxidants are kind of a big deal. I'd say that antioxidants aren't, the one answer of skincare, the Neo of skincare, but instead I think they play a gigantic role, especially in prevention. And another really common aspect that we talk about, especially with plant ingredients, is anti-inflammatory properties, which again applies to ginseng. But again, this is something that you absolutely want to have in your skincare routine. It's so easy to see skin concerns such as acne as something other than inflammation, and yet acne at its core is a problem of inflammation. So the more anti-inflammatory, antioxidant ingredients you have, the better your skincare will be for sensitive skin, for problem skin, and just for preventing the signs of aging in general. What I've said so far may sound interesting, but also not particularly unique. You've certainly seen antioxidant and anti-inflammatory ingredients a lot in skincare products. But ginseng doesn't stop there. Ginseng has a very interesting history going all the way back to ancient Chinese medicine, and one of the main benefits within Chinese medicine was this ability to boost circulation in the body. And when you apply ginseng topically, you do still see that. You almost have a stimulating effect on the skin. And what this does for your skin is it helps you to increase collagen production and also to brighten your skin. I saved the best for last here. What I think really stands out about ginseng is that there are certain compounds within ginseng that have been found to not just help you to create more collagen in your skin, but to prevent the degradation of both the collagen and the hyaluronic acid that you already have in your skin. Whoa, slow it down, Alice. I know. Okay, so understand that your skin has collagen and hyaluronic acid in it, and as you age, you lose those, and that's part of why your skin becomes less elastic and why you see the signs of aging. So while you can stimulate your skin to produce more of that collagen, you actually have enzymes in your skin that break down your collagen and your hyaluronic acid. If you can inhibit those enzymes, then you are naturally going to have more of your own collagen and hyaluronic acid lingering in your skin. So you can probably see at this point why I'm saying, yeah, ginseng looks like a pretty rad skincare ingredient. What I want to do next is move into a conversation about skincare products. This is, of course, not an exhaustive list, but rather the products that I've tried from the brands that I've tried. Every one of these brands I've trialed for at least 2 weeks. I also have to make kind of a confession before we move into this section. I am kind of ranking these, and I genuinely am upset that it correlates with price. I'm trying so hard to be objective about, well, what's the best option for my viewers? But yeah, it does correlate with price, and that's difficult for me, but I want to make sure I, explain why I'm saying that, why I'm saying, yeah, the most expensive product is kind of the best if you don't mind paying that. But by the time we get to the more affordable options, hopefully I can explain why I still think those are excellent options. My top pick has to be the Sulwhasoo ginseng line. Listen, I know it is incredibly hard for me because I can't even afford this brand. No, I cannot if I was a rich lady. Oh, this is what I would be using. I don't know if it's just the skincare groups that I follow, but I've noticed a real uptick in the conversation around, is luxury skincare a scam? I'm gonna say this. I think that there's different types of luxury skincare. I think there's 3 types. I do think that some skincare companies just decide to present themselves as a luxury brand, not really for any other reason than because that's what they settled on. That's the market that they wanted. Whether their products truly reflect luxury, that's debatable. And then you certainly have skincare products where you're paying for the name. I won't name names in this video, largely because you already know anyway, but yeah, I mean, there's certainly cases where you're paying for a designer name on your products that everybody knows, and of course, it's got a high price tag because of it. But I genuinely think there's a third group. I do think there are very pricey products where the price reflects the quality of the ingredients and also reflects the amount of research that went into making that skincare. Not just the research itself, but how to deliver those ingredients into the skin so that you really get maximum benefits from those products. And when it comes to Sulwhasoo, that is absolutely what I think. So the research that the team at Sulwhasoo did was, again, not just focused on what does ginseng do, but also how to improve their products. So what they managed to do is these compounds that we've been talking about throughout this video, which are called ginsenosides. So they managed to enzymatically break those down so that they penetrate deeper into your skin. And not just that, but they also isolated out those compounds. So again, compound K is one of the compounds we've been talking about throughout this video. And with the Sulwhasoo products, you are actually getting ginseng plus compound K. And as for my product picks within the brand, I would say absolutely the concentrated ginseng renewing cream, which has those ginsenosides that I talked about, in addition to retinol. What an absolutely gorgeous all-in-one moisturizer. By the way, I did do a Sulwhasoo trial, and it was one of the most mind-blowing. I finally did the math. I have trialed 87 brands over 4 years on this channel, and yeah, Sulwhasoo is one of my top 5. I don't want to link you my video because, true story, that applies to everybody who makes YouTube videos. All of your videos hit a point where they're kind of cringe for you to look back on, and that's my Sulwhasoo video at this point. My second pick for you here is the concentrated ginseng renewing serum, which actually has an easier to swallow price tag while still being quite expensive. In the description of this product, you see that they say it has 6,000 times the concentration of ginseng's vitality. And what they mean by that is in comparison to the whole plant. Because again, if you are pulling out those active compounds and putting the active compounds into your product, you may have a much more effective product, if you can swallow that price tag. So again, the reason it's my top pick is because of how concentrated these benefits that we've been talking about throughout this video are in the Sulwhasoo products. But fret not if you are on the same type of budget that I am over here, because we still do have some great options. Let's go ahead and chat about Donginbi next, which is more of a mid-range option. In full disclosure, these were sent to me. This is not in any way sponsored. This brand has no idea that I keep talking about them. I think they have no idea. But really it is Donginbi that was the start of me going, oh, I think I really like ginseng in skincare. If you want to see my trial, I will link it, but you will have to skip to the timestamp in that video unless you want to stay for the SPF conversation. What makes Donginbi different is the transparency about the ginseng ingredient itself that is used in their products. Donginbi uses aged red ginseng, and what that means is these ginsenosides that we've been talking about are going to be at higher concentrations in this specific type of ginseng. So whereas with Sulwhasoo we're talking about those isolated compounds, with Donginbi we're talking about the highest naturally occurring levels of those compounds that still haven't been isolated but occur naturally. Make sense? But these are still really good products. I will say my top two picks from this brand, the $18.99 single essence. What's really nice about this one is that it's the simplest form of your Korean red ginseng. One thing to take note of with the ingredients here is that they are up to Korean regulations. So again, you see one ingredient. Do keep in mind if you're a US citizen and you're used to US formulations, this would have a different ingredients list within the US. I will point you to my Primera video where we talk about that. I'm pretty sure it would be water as the first ingredient. Of course, I don't actually know this as of now, but there are differences in regulations, so it's not going to be one ingredient if it was in US regulations. Please know that I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this product or wrong with Korean regulations. I'm just pointing this out because I think it can be a bit confusing for Americans to contrast ingredients list one ingredient to, products that are sold in the US. My next pick is the Red Ginseng Moisture and Balancing Emulsion, which for the amount of product that you get, this is actually not a bad price at all, and gorgeous packaging, and you're getting the red ginseng in here. This is a huge bottle, will last you a very, very long time. And then Beauty of Joseon. Now this one is my budget. $18 products. We're talking my language. Been a rough year for me. I know it's been for a lot of people, and these are wonderful options. I feel like the price on these is absolutely incredible considering the cosmetic elegance of these products. They are truly beautiful products on your skin, as well as the packaging. Cruelty-free, fragrance-free. This one is vegan, the snail one would not be, but this one is a vegan, cruelty-free product. So you might wonder why I'm ranking this third, right? Well, again, because on a technicality, I think that this may not be to the potency of the other two brands that I've talked about. And the reason for that is because we don't actually know the source of the ginseng that is used in these products. This isn't necessarily the same as saying, oh, Beauty of Joseon doesn't have any transparency with their brand. One of the main reasons that more affordable brands don't disclose this is because it often varies. So to keep the prices low, they may source their ginseng from different areas at different ages, just so they can continue to have an $18 essence. And absolutely keep in mind that all ginseng does have those ginsenosides. It's just a question of how much. There may be some variation, but consistency is such an important part of skincare that what I would say on this is if you are using these Beauty of Joseon products every single day, as opposed to spending money that you don't have on Sulwhasoo and maybe using it once a week, it's very possible that your results could compare in the end. See, this is why the conversation of pricing in skincare is so difficult. It's so important to find products that fit your budget and your needs that you will actually use. And of course, I do have a pretty recent trial on the Beauty of Joseon brand that I will link for you. My top 2 picks here are the Ginseng Essence Water, which also contains 2% niacinamide to give you a little bit of extra boosting of the brightening effects, and then the Ginseng and Snail Mucin Repair Serum. Personally, not my absolute favorite, but if you have had a bit of an aversion to other snail products, this one is definitely less sticky, and it's a wonderful combination. Snail is such a fantastic ingredient in itself. This one is combined with ginseng. Bonus conversation for this video, I want to also go ahead and talk really briefly about ginseng supplements. I want to make sure I include this in this video because at least some of you may be thinking, I don't know if I want to add another skincare product into my routine. I genuinely do think that we're going to talk more about supplements in skincare in the future. And might I add, it's a bit of a difficult conversation for me because, as some of you know, this is actually my field. I know the controversy around supplements, and I agree with it in some cases. I think it's so important to not, have a horrible diet, add in some Flintstone gummies, and think you're A-okay. Nobody thinks that in the nutrition field. Nobody thinks that in the medical field. That's not how supplements work. But we're talking a lot more these days about supplements that really go above and beyond, and I think that the skincare realm absolutely applies here. We're talking more about adaptogens, we're talking more about CBD, and we're just continuing to see more promise. And what's so fascinating is we're seeing a lot of research on ginseng and the benefits that it may have for your skin. And again, I'll have some links below. It may help to prevent the signs of aging to simply take a supplement. But again, always view supplements as what they're supposed to be viewed as. You see the word supplement, they are supposed to be supplemental and not something that you rely on completely. Now, the reason I'm talking about ginseng supplements in this video is because I've actually been trying some since the year began, kind of unintentionally, to be honest with you, because my whole love for ginseng is really a rather new thing on this channel. But I found these back in December. They contacted me, Hush and Hush contacted me initially, and then I went out and bought the whole line. These have absolutely incredible ingredients. We'll have a video on the whole line pretty soon. But yeah, all of them contain red Panax ginseng. Of course, this is a blend, but I like to talk about what I have experience with on this channel rather than guesstimate at how things may go with other products. So yes, this one is a blend. You may find a, isolate of ginseng that you're more interested in supplementing with. What I will tell you, though, is that I would personally look for capsules because the taste of ginseng can be a bit much. So I would look for capsules as opposed to the extracts. But that is it. As I come to the end of this video, I really can't help but feel that I just scratched the surface, completely just scratched at the surface, and there's so much more to ginseng. But again, if you're interested, check out all of my citations in the description box below. Feel free to add a comment, share if you have any experience using ginseng-based products. If there are more products that I haven't discovered, feel free to drop them in the comment section below and let us know how they are. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.